What is going on, everybody? Tonight's live stream is going to be about what you're doing to take care of yourselves during this whole holiday season thing because, whew, the holidays can be stressful stuff. Like for me, for instance, right now, it feels like it's really slowed down my progress in multiple ways. But at the same time, I love hanging out with friends, I love hanging out with the family. So, I'll suck it up a little bit for this time of year. So, for those of you catching this on the replay, comment below with what you're doing to take care of yourself throughout this whole holiday season. And it's stressful. Me, I actually have been cleaning a lot, which sounds messed up, but I'm highly disorganized. So I thought, I need to kind of get that a little more under control. There's somebody in one of the groups that I'm a part of where she brought up the idea of focusing on one word for the next year, as in focusing on being more like that one word. And I thought maybe organized, conscientious, something along those lines. And so I thought, why wait till the 1st of January? I'm going to start now. So I've been trying to get this place in order. Plus, I'll be heading back on Christmas Day. That's just kind of what the family does. And mom will be with me. And I thought, place probably shouldn't be a wreck if mom shows up. So let's check out what's going on this fine evening with all of you fine people. Hello, Skew Raider. Thanks for showing up again, man. Always appreciate it. Going to take pictures of figures. I mean, yeah, that definitely is a stress reliever too. Is that what you're working on? What you're doing? That would make us all very happy. We need to see those. By the way, I did see that you got a hold of me on Instagram. I still got to check that out. That's something else. I'm sitting here and I'm constantly working and doing all those things. And I feel like maybe being a little more organized will help me get to those messages a little better. Like tonight, mom says to me, hey, you know what you should do for that live stream? You have a Santa Yoda. You should use that and put that somewhere. And I thought, great idea. And then I got cleaning, totally forgot about it, and basically logged into StreamYard with about 2 seconds left before it turned to 7 o'clock. So, yeah, this whole organized and, that kind of thing and clean and all that stuff, that's probably going to be pretty good for me. Let's see how everybody's doing here. Ooh. Oh, we have us some wreck ship. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, sir. I appreciate it. It's always good. It's good this time of year. It's a good time. What are you guys up to right now? Besides like taking photos and all that good stuff. Skew Raider, I'm going to do another page for the figure photography. Music on main account. Ooh, all right. I'll check that out. For sure. I promise. Oh, sorry. I know that I get tagged and stuff, and I need to get more organized with that kind of thing too. So I'm going to work on that a little bit, see what I can do to kind of engage with you guys. Sounds so salesy. I don't mean it like that, but actually, you guys are all very cool. These chats, these live streams are great. You guys are always very cool when it comes to posting on everything. So, yeah. See, it's good. It's good. Oh, man. I don't have much to show tonight. I figured we'd just chat a little bit. Good, good. I love that you guys are chatting with each other, too. That's always, always very cool. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to pull this up here a little bit. Just keep it on that last comment. That way Skew Raider can feel special for a very long time. What do you think of that, Skew Raider? Okay, I got nothing. So, obviously, taking photos is something that we all do to try and kind of get through all this stuff. So what else is going on? Like I said, for me, as weird as it is, cleaning has been a thing. I haven't picked up any figures recently. And that's because I decided this year to make Christmas really easy on the family. So I listed them just a bunch of figures and said, get whatever. But I made the figures things they could find easily at like Target and Walmart. And then the ones that aren't easily found there, I sent them links to Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth and told them, hey, by the way, Amazon has this stuff. But they probably didn't need to be told that because Amazon has all the things. So there's that. But yeah, haven't picked up any figures. I did stand all the figures that I've gotten this year that I'm not planning on selling. on the photo table, and I thought I'd taken a picture of all that, but just didn't get around to it. It's that whole cleaning thing. Once this place is actually clean, then cleaning won't take up so much time. Ooh, ooh, I don't. It's not fun, but it's something I feel like I should do. Ooh boy. Let's see. Send some info on Dark Wolf figures. Hope you pick that one up. Looks fire. Past a lot of what you like for a figure. Ooh. Ooh. I will check Dark Wolf. Dark Wolf figure. Who makes that, Skew Raider? I haven't even been keeping up on that stuff. Like, I have to do the newsletter tonight, and I'm probably just going to skip the section where it talks about what all is coming out or that went up in the past week for pre-orders. I'm probably just going to skip that entirely, unless I start seeing Mofex news, because we all know I love me the Mofex. Yo, what's going on, TCP? Thanks for stopping by. Okay. I like to push the buttons. Polly want a cracker. What were some of Polly's lines? Polly want a cracker. I'm not sure he ever actually or she ever actually said that. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if it was. Let's see. It is your first time, TCP, and I appreciate it, man. It's always cool to get new faces in here. Introduce yourself to the crew. There's some people in here that show up for all of them, and everybody's very cool. So you should feel right at home. You should feel good and welcome. Oh, man. All right, Rexship. I'm gearing up for a loaded Christmas weekend. Got 4 different Christmases to go to between Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Holy crap, man. I've got friends that they had to go, like, I'm in Michigan, and one of their families lives about 4 hours north, and I don't like being north of where I am in Michigan, but they had to go about 4 hours north for one Christmas last weekend, and now they're going to be here back at their place for this weekend, and just that sounds like a nightmare. Like, I remember having to go from our house down, it was about a 5.5 hour drive to my mom's family. And like, we didn't get to spend much time at the house because there was also like maybe a 10-minute drive to my dad's family. So Christmas tended to last a week, but it would be like we'd get video games and we couldn't play our video games for that week because we were always somewhere else. And we're going, no, it drove me crazy. But 4 Christmases, woo, good luck, man. Hope you're taking a lot of pictures. Excuse me while I clear my throat. See, awesome. Thanks for being so welcoming, guys. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Oh, what is this? Harry, Amazon wish list. Is that what you're doing to kind of de-stress and maybe take care of yourself during the holidays? Is just adding more stuff to what you need? And I always say need, because if we want it and it's stuff that lowers our stress, such as these figures, clearly it's a necessity, right? I mean, I think I can make that case. Now I'm just going to push more buttons. All right, what do we have here from TCP again? See, I haven't been collecting action figures lately either, but I've been collecting die-cast promotions product. Very pricey trucks, by the way. Ooh, what size? I know somebody that one of the things that he does is he actually has kind of a trailer that he'll take to automotive trade shows, and it pops open and all this. I don't know if he sells stuff out of it or if it's more like advertising for different companies and all that stuff. I'm just not sure. So let me know, what size are they? Who makes them? All that stuff. Every year, by the way, I'm Santa for the family, and I have to get like Hot Wheels and put those in the stockings. Hopefully my sister and niece aren't watching this. I don't think they even know I do this, so I think I'm safe. But yeah, I just said that, and I'm going, uh-oh, Uncle Photo Dave might be in trouble. Let's see. I had to exercise some self-control this week when that classified shadow tracker was shipping out from Walmart. Was tempted to cancel my pulse order that comes out in January. Ooh, that gets rough, man. How hard? Now, I haven't ordered a lot of classified this year, but I've heard that it's just absolutely destroying people's wallets this month. And I remember Emily on one of the live streams said this should be the last of the COVID shipments. as in all the backups and everything from shipping based on what all happened during COVID. But it sounds like people are just getting absolutely slammed with classified right now. And that sucks, especially in December. And it drives me crazy that we're having all these drops in December too. So I'm going, man, I'm trying to save money here, guys, and you're hitting me during the holidays? Let's see. Oh, that's right, the Dark Wolf. Okay, you got mail. Just looking forward to your reaction if you pick it up. We talked about it a couple streams back. That's right. That's right. I remember talking about the Frazetta girls. I didn't remember Dark Wolf, but I appreciate it. I will check that out. I might check it out after this. If I don't, you know how sometimes you think you're done shopping and then you're like, maybe I should get one more thing for somebody just because. I'm kind of there. I'm not sure, but I've still got to wrap things. I've still got to do the newsletter. I've still got to pack. We leave early tomorrow. I never sleep, it feels like. That's all right. Dark Wolf. Got it. Wreck ship. What do we have here? But Pulse Premium gets me free shipping, so saving money went out. Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot I had Pulse Premium, but I just haven't been getting enough. Fortunately, I had it when I got the His tank. Otherwise, that shipping might have sucked. That His tank, by the way, guys, I hope anybody that wanted it was able to get it. That thing is beautiful, but it can't really fit in my figures of the year. I'll have to figure that out. All right, I should maybe learn to check these before I click on them. Not that you guys are doing anything torrid or evil. Let's see. as I continue to do it. Oh man, facts. The inundation has been real. Loving it, but it's been quite a slam of a year. Going to have to catch up. Yeah, I feel that for a lot of lines too. Like specifically, I'm going to have to catch up on the Mirage Studios Turtle stuff. That stuff I'm going to need to get. I have to, the only things I need to get from G.I. Joe this year, because I got Chuckles, and the only other figures I know of that came with extra hands, besides like another Snake Eyes, is Storm Shadow and Rock and Roll. And if I missed any, let me know in the comments, because I loves me the extra hands, and that's a big deal for yours truly. Let's see. Pushing the buttons. Dark Wolf is not out quite yet, but on the way soon, according to their IG. Is she supposed to be, or is he supposed to be early? You know what? I know what I'm going to do. Let's do this, just because I can. We're going to, I'm pushing buttons as I pretend to talk and say crazy things. Let's see. Here we go, here we go. That's there. Oh, here we go. Awesome. Okay, I think I did it right. Maybe. Is that sharing? That is sharing. Awesome. Guys, look, I'm learning stuff. I feel so wise now. All right. Dark Wolf. Go away so I can use the thingy. There we go. Dark Wolf by the Frazetta Girls. Let's look this up. All right. I'll say images. Now we click the visit. Hopefully there's nothing horrible on this site here. I don't get busted. Oh, that's pretty wicked. Tell me about the articulation here, Skew Raider, and anybody else that knows about it. Is there a ball jointed waist? That's what I need to know. And it looks like, it's hard to tell. Maybe there's some butterfly joints going on, but let's see here. No, this is the only thing I see right now as far as images for it. Show me more. Here we go. That'll help me out. Or I can subscribe for 15% off. Let's see. Obi Nobi. Okay. Like my face right up on the screen. It doesn't look like butterfly joints. Maybe. I don't know. All right. We'll get out of here now. I'll get back to you guys. So I stop putting my head so close to everything. Let's see. Oop. Almost hit leave studio instead of that part, and that would be bad. Okay. Is loving lamp what you're doing right now, Spaded One McDysentery? Because hey, if loving lamp gets you through the holiday stress, I'm good with it. Hola, LBZ. Thanks for stopping by, man. Ooh, ooh. You guys are having fun. I like it. All right. Whew. I like it. I like it. I like pushing buttons a lot and seeing what you guys are saying. Happy holidays, everybody. All right, Rex Ship, what do you got? I want to hiss real bad, but couldn't swing it at the time. Maybe I'll be able to score a deal on the aftermarket. There is a Winterfest Joe convention show locally next month. Maybe there. I wonder, you know what I saw earlier this year? I saw a Galactus for 525, I think. And mom was telling me she saw one that was around $500. And it's been a while since Galactus came out. I'm wondering if what that is there were so many ordered because people wanted to just get them and then sell them right away to try and pay for 2 Galactuses or whatever the case may be. Or maybe they didn't want any and they felt they could profit a lot. And I wonder if the market just got so saturated with Galactuses that they couldn't get near what they wanted to get from them. And so I'm wondering, since he was 400, and that's not a crazy markup considering the type of figure we're talking about, I'm wondering if the same thing is going to happen to the Hiss tank, where if you wait it out a little longer, that it might come down too, or is the Hiss kind of an army builder, which I mean, we know it is, and will it not go down and you should jump on it as soon as possible? These are the things I wish that I had answers to, because then I could be extra helpful with that kind of area too. Oh, let's see. Conventions are always a good place to check too. Keep vigilant. One eBay merchant where Mercari set searches and it shows. Okay. Groups and friends also have deals too. Hope you get a Hiss. Yeah, man. Yeah. The Hiss is nice. Hopefully you can swing it. It was, I think, my favorite part of the Hiss, and this is insane. What actually sold me on the Hiss was that Cobra light that hit the ground. I just thought, and I'm not a lights and sounds guy. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's just super cool. But now one of the reasons I really love having it is a legit light source. If you set up your figures like in front of it or have the light shining on them from the side, it's incredible how well those things get lit up. Like you could set the Hiss to the side, just shine the lights on your figures, put a reflector on the opposite side of the figure, and they would be totally lit and you could take a crystal clear photo. That's how crazy the lights are on the Hiss. Need a tea. All right. Whew. All right, Harry. Great picks. Oh, is he the one oh, 1/6 shooter is awesome. Is he the one taking the shots you mean for the Frazetta Girls stuff? Like Dark Wolf and all that stuff? Just curious. Obviously, what I saw were just basic product shots. I know, because I had to take a lot of those when it came to, I used to work in the aftermarket automotive. And you'll never be so bored as when you have to take a lot of pictures of head gaskets and put them against a white background. It is not exciting work. See, moves like butter, according to a toy homie that I asked about it that saw Dark Wolf at Comic-Con. Joints are deceptive. Check it out at a show if you go, but you'll love it from what I was told. Okay. All right. All right. Of course, what this means is now I have to check out the Frazetta Girls stuff. And obviously, Frazetta did Conan, right? Like maybe skip out on Mezco's Conan and see if the Frazetta Girls do a Conan. Let's see, not Comic-Con, PowerCon. No, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. PowerCon's actually, well, when it was in Ohio, it was fairly close to me. I just didn't go because Ohio, I live in a part of Michigan that I have a license plate that people in Ohio would probably key my car for if they saw it. It's a U of M thing, and U of M and Ohio State people, they don't get along. See, yeah, and if I'm never able to score one, it's not the end of the world. I still have the dragonfly. Oh, now see, you know the best thing I think I could have said about the hiss, and I did say it in my review about it, is the hiss is so good, I actually regret not backing the dragonfly. And I could have at the time, I just didn't, and I regret it because of how good the hiss is. So I'd be willing to bet when you get that dragonfly, you'll be in for a treat. And that might be one that I try tracking down once it's released. See, someone did a video and he took the Dark Wolf apart. It was great. Okay. I gotta find this thing. Dang it, guys. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. I love doing the live streams. I love talking to all of you. But then I feel like I need to spend money, and that makes me sad. See, I'm still in my early phases of Joe collecting and just trying to stuff a shelf with as many figures as fast as possible. Those vehicles are intimidating. Sorry. They are intimidating. Like that hiss, I wish I had it out here. I should have brought it, but I know the second that I turn this off, people are going to be like, well, got to go. And it's far enough away that I'd be gone for a good minute. Good Lord, I'm disgusting. But yeah, like the vamp, I want the vamp. Like I'd probably try and sell Clutch, which I know is terrible, but you know my stance on his lack of extra hands. But the vamp, the story behind the vehicle that was created for the military when the military went with the Hummer design instead, because that vamp was actually based on a Lamborghini design. I just want it for the story. I think that thing's awesome. The hiss, the dragon. Yeah, if you're trying to stuff shelves, I can see like the hiss needs a shelf. The dragonfly needs a shelf. The vamp and the ram need shelves. Ooh, this is going to be a crazy year. And what's the rumor? It's Snowcat too, right? This is G.I. Joe. That team at Hasbro is killing it. It's one of the reasons I know this is awful and a lot of people wouldn't agree. I kind of want them to get rid of the Marvel Legends and Star Wars licenses so they can just focus on their stuff. Because obviously when this team focuses on their stuff, they knock it out of the park. Let's see. Key with what you want, Galactus, hiss, whatever you miss. Never give up, keep looking. Yep, a close deal will pop up. Shows especially. Saw some good deals at Joe Fest this year. Man, I got to make it to more shows. I was actually looking up some local shows so I could do the whole toy photography booth thing, just see what happens there. Oh man, you've got a bit of catching up to do. Yeah, Spaded One, that's something that I missed in what I was saying there. There's a whole lot you got to work on because all those figures are glorious. And if they ever have hand packs, it is awesome. If they ever have hand packs show up and like head packs, Lenny ever just does those retroactively, I'm going to be host because I'm going to have to buy some stuff that I sold off. See, yeah, Ross has been a godsend, and there's been some sick online sales recently too. That's true, and I do wonder kind of about eBay. I haven't checked eBay in a while, but I mean, it's kind of a buyer's market right now because I think so many toy companies just overproduced just because they didn't know. They didn't know necessarily what was going to go on when it came to maybe how long COVID would last. I think that a lot of people thought the COVID buys would just keep going forever. And that's just not quite how things work. So I don't get it. Yep, was there on Saturday, one of the best days I ever. Highly recommend to visit sometime. Go to shows. Awesome peeps are there. Yep. I know. I used to go to Comic-Cons. I was trying to sell comic art at one of them. Just went to another. I've been to 3. Let's see. Have you checked out Savage Crucible yet, Dave? I can't recall if you have or not. I have. Here's a funny story. I was looking at those. I thought they were awesome. I figured, okay, I'll have to just hold out until they come out because, like you guys know, it was just a bad summer. Lost some clients because I just couldn't keep up with work. So I've been trying to build stuff like that back up. But I saw all those and I thought they were incredible. And the funny part of the story is Mom saw them and thought they were incredible. She backed one of the piranhas. So she'll be getting a Savage Crucible figure and I won't. And her collection right now is basically Bounty Collection Grogu's, a Hot Toys Grogu set, and then it's going to have one of those crazed looking fish dudes. I can't remember. It was the really cool colored blue and green one, the one that I think a lot of people have keyed on as being really great. So yeah, she'll be getting Savage Crucible, and I'll have to do it when I can find them at shows and BBTS and all that stuff. Oh man, so many buttons. Don't you like it with my commentary of I'm pushing buttons? Looking forward to my Kickstarter order. Yep. Yep, I'm sure mom is too. Man, I am so lame. Okay. See, my Spanish teacher was Ohio State. My assistant principal was Go Blue, Michigan. They went at it. You've kept the set of jokes going, or that set of jokes going. Thanks for the reminder. Hey, man, no problem. Yeah, it gets kind of crazy around here. Like, yeah, the whole Ohio State Michigan thing. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Like when I was in college, it was hardcore, and there was a lot of like I would say legit hate. And then you get older and you realize, well, that's just silly. Like, these people are cool. We're cool. All's cool. What the crap? But there's still people are in like their 50s and 60s. Like, I was talking to somebody who was talking about their friend who's a Michigan fan. And there was something about they wouldn't buy a house. I can't remember. I wish I remember the story now that I started it. But it was something just absolutely insane because she was so against Ohio State. Like, from what I can think of, it would have benefited her to do the thing. And she's like, nope, Ohio State, I'm out. So I'm going, whoa, there are people that are that hardcore that are much older than many of us. Let's see. Oh, see, look at me. I just keep pushing the buttons. And you wouldn't think that it would be that hard to just look at the @ symbol in front of them. Ah, here we go. Look at me. Now I'm thinking. Now I'm trying to do things correctly. I got the Lemurian Royal Guard and the con exclusive Lemurian with the sick red and yellow blades from the Kickstarter. Which one was the Lemurian? Is that the one? There was one with like it had kind of a humanoid body. Well, they all kind of have humanoid bodies, I think. Not the Cthulhu looking one. Well, yeah, that one did too. But the Lemurian had like a lizard head, right? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember these things. It's been so long since I've looked at the Savage Crucible stuff. And like I said, I'll be highly irritated once mom gets here and she'll be like, hey, look at what I got and you didn't. See, the Valaverse vehicle. That's true. That Vanguard looks so good. And I saw today, I got the email from Valaverse showing that I think Wave 4 is it either went up on the website or it's about to. So I have to check that stuff out too. I think my main focus with Valaverse, and I'm sure I've talked about it before, is going to be kind of troop builders because my Moth-X figures need people to throw down with. Ooh, LBZ, man, I may get a Ramen Racer before I get a Hiss, and even a Galactus before a Hiss, then a Vanguard before that. It seems to be low in my priority. Then maybe Dragonfly last. Man, see, now you're just being contrarian to be contrarian at this point, I think. Okay, maybe not, because everything else you listed is pretty rad. That Ramen Racer, I didn't really care about Robbie Reyes and all that. Like, I would have much rather preferred if we got a lot of motorcycle Ghost Riders and Caretaker on the horse or whatever. That would have been way cooler to me. But on the other hand, as soon as they would have announced something like that, it would have been, well, this shouldn't be a HasLab. They can sell these individually and all that. So I understand why they didn't go that route. It's just Robbie Reyes didn't really matter to me. And by extension, the Ramen Racer really, I mean, I think it looks great, but it just doesn't really have that draw for me. Everything else you said, though, yeah, I'm pretty tempted by a lot of it. Adjust the monitor, you fiend. Start local on shows, travel in hotels. Well, the one that I found that is fairly close, it's only about 40 minutes away. So, and it's in the town that mom's in. So if need be, I could probably crash her, and maybe I'd even be kind and buy ramen noodles for dinner. Who knows? Kind of go on the college diet just because I can. All right. Local, like a couple states away. That's how far I went. Yeah, see, that is way more, that is way less local than I was thinking. I want to do it to test it. And I'm not sure how big the toy market is where mom's at. So if I can get a lot of people to come in and just not even really like I'd advertise it on the Toypixx social channels and all that stuff and say, hey guys, I'm going to be here in case anybody that follows this stuff is here, blah, blah. I kind of wonder don't want to advertise it like outside of those channels. And I want to see people just coming in and seeing what their reaction would be to a booth like that. Obviously, if you guys were to show up, we'd all chat, we'd hang out, we'd have a great time, but you're kind of that built-in audience. I'm kind of curious about what an outsider might think if they saw it. And I think that where mom's at is a perfect spot because I don't think that it's crazy about toys, which means if I got a bunch of people there to check it out, it would be a pretty good thing for larger cons, I believe. But who knows? Who knows? That's my marketing brain trying to work a little bit. The brand brain. See, Vanguard looks nice. The Vamp looks nice. Over time, these are all pickups. Let's see, what you listed? All fire. Yep. Yeah, all of them. That's tough, man. Like all the vehicles are looking good. Like, and I usually spend around $2,000 a year on this stuff. Like when I really look at it, people asked about budget. Savage Crucible is fire. Yep. And mom's going to appreciate that fire. And I'll just stand on the sidelines and say, hey, mommy, can I borrow that figure so I can do a review? And she'll be like, no, this is mine. Go get your own. No, she wouldn't do that. She would absolutely let me borrow the figure. Okay, what else do we have going on here? See from Veliver's sites. Yeah, okay. Got it. Ah, so many buttons. You guys, you're all chatting together. I'm good with it. Oh, man. Start in Michigan, definitely with shows. Yeah, and I've heard that Ohio is really good when it comes to toy shows and all that stuff. But again, my license plate would probably get the car keyed, so I'd have to be like, hey, Mom, can I borrow your SUV? Or get a rental. I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. We'd see. And it's probably like my sister lives in Ohio. She's not that close to areas that have those kinds of things, though. Whew. No good. No good. What is good is drinking tea. So I'm gonna have a quick sip here. How about shopping? How you guys doing on shopping? You pretty much done with that? Because like I said earlier, I might do one more little thing, but overall, I waited way too long and I got it done today. So I was kind of stoked, but again, now there's all wrapping and I'm looking awfully grainy on the you know what? I usually bring out another light and I totally forgot to grab the other light. So yeah, there's your quality live stream, ladies and gentlemen. The ISO on this bad boy is a little funky. All right, got the James Bond license plates. You definitely know the situation. Get the James Bond license plate. Yeah, I know the situation all too well. I had with my sister living in Ohio, I had to tell my niece, like I looked at her and I said, I never wear red and gray at the same time because while I'm not totally insane about the rivalry, there are a few things. And so Ohio State's colors are scarlet and gray, they say. So I make sure that I love the color red, but I'm never wearing red and gray at the same time. And so I was explaining that to my niece. And I said, because Ohio State's colors are scarlet and gray. And she goes, you don't like the state of Ohio? And she started getting a little, a little upset. And I'm like, no. I had to explain to her that Ohio State was a school and the school I went to was just a rival. So it was kind of funny, except at first it wasn't funny because I had to think quick on my feet. So we didn't have a full on her getting really sad about it. That would have been bad. I would have felt like a bad uncle. Let's see. Plate flips. Oh, yeah. The James Bond. That's right. I forgot about that. It's been a man. I need to start paying more attention to all the things. Let's see. Best Buy has a lot of NECA monsters for under 20. Is that just their website? I'm just curious. I was at Best Buy today doing the whole last minute Christmas shopping thing, and I didn't see, like, I stopped by there real quick in the where they have all the NECA and Super 7 stuff, but I didn't look for any kind of sale tags. And one thing I need to get there because I'm kind of in on the Mirage Studios Turtles is the Wanderer. And I didn't put that on the list because I thought if I get an exclusive, then that'd be okay. I can find this and all will be good. And I saw it and I just kind of thought, I'll hold off. I don't need it right now. Because I imagine the Wanderer, if any of those figures actually go on sale, it's going to be that one just because most people are like, what is that thing? Pushing the buttons. That's right. I'm narrating as I do this. Okay. Pushing the buttons and sing. Spending is done for me until after Christmas. Good man. Good man. Yeah, I might be. I don't know. It's one of those things where when I'm down there, when I'm visiting the family, I might decide, you know what? I'm just going to leave for 10 minutes and find just something weird, just something ridiculous. But I don't know. It's probably not necessary either. So who knows? It's just one of those situations where you're not entirely sure what you should do. Let's see. Great deal on NECA at that price. Cool figures. That table is pretty cool. The light up stuff is cool. Which table? Which table are you talking about, my friend? I need to know things. Oh, man. I wonder what I should do for dead air when I'm like talking here. See, yep, website. Okay, okay. I'll have to check all that out. I need to become a Frazetta Girls fan and then a Monster Squad fan, or no, Monster Force. Monster Squad might be something else. I don't know. Yeah, I finished shopping for the family. A couple of things are arriving late tomorrow, so I got to wrap those. I got one thing, let's see, that came in for myself. Good man, good man. Now I need to get on Instagram a little more and be looking at pictures. Have you shot it yet? Have you shot Barbara the Red? Barbara the Red? I don't know what that is. Animester. Is that a company or is that an anime or manga or something? Because you get all the crazy figures I know nothing about, but that pose ridiculously well. So yeah, I need to know more things. You need to just inform me. I need basically just a spreadsheet of what you're getting, LBC, just so I can look them up. That's it. Database, whatever. Apparently, yeah, you know what, dog? I found out. So I was talking about this the other night. I found out I'm close to a Ross. I had no idea. So I went there and they had shut down to do like renovations. No, and I was so irritated because I would have picked those up. Somebody in the chat was telling me they were like $9 a piece. I so would have picked those up. Thanks for jumping in, by the way. Appreciate it. Okay. LBZ Valiverse Series 4 will be on sale tomorrow sometime on their way. Okay. Yeah, I saw I got the email and I saw there was an announcement on Instagram, so I figured it had to be today or sometime very soon that things were going on. Ironic Bionic, thanks for stopping by, man. I grabbed some of the NECA Utrom robots for $21. Oh! Utroms are pretty rad too. I'll need to get those. Hopefully that deal persists, but I have a feeling with all the deals that were going on around the holidays this year, none of that stuff's going to be easy to come by, at least at those deal prices anymore. This makes me sad, but I'll survive. Let's see. There's a related monster table NECA just announced last couple of weeks on sale. It's worth a look. Oh, that's right. The monster. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but yeah, like a monster maker or something that they have for their figures. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Me and my needing to catch up with things. Let's see. Actually, if you buy it online, you can pick it up at the online price. Huh. Okay, this is Best Buy still as far as NECA is concerned. These are things that I need to know, clearly. All right. Table slides out, lights up, and even has a stash drawer. Yep, yep, yep. I think I'm thinking of the same one you're talking about. See, I have paid some attention. I just haven't been able to do a whole lot this week, just prepping to get out of here. I have a couple things that probably won't ship out until the end of the year. I may actually have my first vid. Nice! But yeah, Animester is a company that produces figures and statues. Okay, because I had heard of it, but I didn't have any idea, obviously, what it was. What's your first vid going to be on? Because these are things we all need to know. We got to check that out for sure. Pushing the buttons. My local Ross stores never have squat, or they've already been pillaged by other collectors. Yep, yep. And I kind of wonder, there's not a whole lot, there's not a huge section of collectible stuff like my Target that's nearby. Honestly, like their NECA section is probably about 6 feet wide, if that. So my assumption is there aren't tons of collectors in my area, which is nice. But on the other hand, I'm not able to get a whole lot of turtle stuff because of that when it comes to NECA. So yeah, sad times, sad times. Let's see. Video I meant will be on my top 20. Oh, sweet, man. That's a heck of a, and that's your first one? That's a heck of a topic to kick off on. I can't wait. Definitely let us all know and link it. Link it. Let me know what's going on there, and I will try and set it up in the comments. Set it up so that people know where you're at. Yep. Okay. Thanks, Harry. Appreciate it. Oh, man. Okay. So everybody's pretty close to done with their Christmas shopping. Hopefully. Hopefully you haven't done what I used to do, which is wait till the very last minute. And it's in my area. There's Meijer, which used to be open 24 hours a day, except on Christmas. They would close at midnight, like on Christmas, like midnight, December 25th, and be closed throughout that day, and then reopen. I think it was midnight on the 26th, and that was it. Like they were open all the other times of the year, and they stopped that because of COVID. And I don't know if it was that they couldn't get a lot of help or what the deal was, or that people weren't going out. I don't know, but it's sadness because now I can't wait till totally last minute, because way back when, yeah, I was that guy. It was not good at all. Oh boy. So what's everybody think they're going to grab this Christmas or going to get this Christmas? What are you getting under the tree that you're kind of stoked about? I'm sure some of you actually know a little bit about what you're getting under the tree. So let me know the things. And also, I put in the description that we could do an AMA kind of thing tonight if we run out of, chatting about all this other stuff, what you're all doing to chill out. So if you have anything that you can think of that you want to know, any suggestions, any of that stuff, fire it my way and I'll see what we can do. I'll talk, because that's apparently what I do on these live streams is the whole blah, 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 blah. Oh, man. We got more, man. We got more. Santa's bringing me the Mofex Poison Ivy. Man, your Santa is awesome. Santa's one of those cool people that knows things. He's like, oh, Poison Ivy? Absolutely. Let's do it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Santa's bringing me Poison Ivy yet. Hopefully I find a way to I'll get Poison Ivy sometime earlier next year, I think. But yeah, stinking Santa Claus. He doesn't have his elves working early for me. So, the world really should just revolve around me and Toypixx all the time. I'm fairly confident. But it's probably slightly arrogant. Let's see. My wife kept my 3-pack Mezco Justice League. Oh, and that is Superman, Batman, and Flash, right? I still wonder about getting a Mezco. And they're all Snyderverse, I think. Let me know. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but it's been a bit since I was on the sites looking all that stuff up. Ironic Bionic. Got some extreme sets under the tree. Very nice. Very good stuff. Which ones? Do you know? The one I've got is the Asylum, and I love it because I've got the Joker to go with it. In fact, the Asylum is so cool that I went out and bought stuff just specifically so I could outfit it with more Joker style things. So I've got crowbars, like I got one of the super action stuff sets that has a bunch of weapons and blood effects and all that. I got a green chair for him to sit in. I'm thinking of, let's see, I got like a Batman pop. It's the only pop I've ever bought for myself, but I thought it was funny because it looks like the Joker painted ha 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 all over it. And I got a paint set that looks like, you know, you could grab a brush and do things. And I thought it would just be funny. It would be funny sets, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's what happens with the Asylum Dio. Harry, what do you got? I have Mezco Bartholomew Vex today. Bartholomew Vex. That's the, I know, oh man. That's the one that went against, they did a commercial for it. And he was the antagonist to Doc Nocturnal, right? Or am I, maybe that's not Doc Knock. It's been so, man, guys, seriously, I've been taking pictures and doing backgrounds, effects, all that. I have not been paying attention to the toy things. I need to get back to paying attention to the toy things. But yeah, I think I'm close to getting that right. We shall see. Let's see. Yeah, Mafex Poison Ivy is next month for me for sure. Yeah, I ordered it from a place that I hadn't done much with before. They were the last place to get the Mezco Ghost Rider, or they were the last ones that had it up for pre-order way back when. So I ordered him, and after a while, I was like, you know what? I don't really need this. So I got store credit. And so now I have store credit. It's called Sure Thing Toys. And I have store credit there for Poison Ivy and the MDLX Rodimus Prime. So I'm hoping that those show up sometime in the next month or two. It's been like Rodimus was supposed to show up in October. And you know how BBTS does the thing where coming out in October, then no notice or anything. It says coming out in November, then coming out in December. That's basically what Sure Thing Toys is doing as well. So I have no idea when I'm going to get them, but hopefully. Yeah, awesome stuff. I like awesome. We're going to go with awesome. Let's see. Yeah, it's a Snyderverse. Okay, that's what I thought. Look at that dead air. I did it. Let's see, Sector 3 and Alley, Sector 3 and Castle. Man, which ones? I know what Sector 3 is. I know what the Alley is. Is the Castle... The Castle has coloring that would look like Grayskull, kind of, right? I think, I'm trying to picture it, and I think that's right, but I'm not 100% sure. So it kind of has bricks that would look like Castle Grayskull, I think. But I'm making things up as I go along, too. Let's see. Yeah, man. Yeah, we all want to know Ironic Bionic. That's the thing. That's what's going on right now. Let's see. Let's see. I have Damaged Alley, or Deranged Alley 3. Yeah. They do good stuff. They really do. And it's just up to us to pick up like crates and all that stuff to outfit them with. Yeah. Good times. What do we have? Must push buttons. Let's see. Dave, you gave up. I did give up the Ghost Rider. I gave up the Ghost Rider. But I haven't gotten any Mezco figures yet. I love Mafex. Like, I counted them up. Well, I'm saying that. I think I have 24 or 25 Mafex figures. Only 2 have been somewhat disappointing. The only one I would actually not recommend is the Jean Grey, just because of whatever they did. And it's not that she doesn't move well and all that stuff. It's a totally aesthetics thing. Like, she just looks weird from her shoulders up. Like, the shoulders, the way they're put together and everything, and the way her head meets the neck. She's got like this, it's almost like flat hair, and the way Jim Lee drew her, it was kind of all over the place and all that. But those are the only, that one, and then Thor, just because he's undersized. He looks like a great Thor, he's just not big enough. Every other Mafex that I've gotten, I've loved it. So Mafex to me is not a gamble anymore. It's just yeah, if I like the character, I'm going to get it. And so there was that I wanted. And then Rodimus, like the last year, Optimus won my figure of the year. This year, Megatron is in strong contention to do the same thing for the MDLX line. And yeah, those are the reasons that I passed on Ghost Rider. Is I had him, but I liked other stuff more. And then there was something else I got. It might have been a classified stalker, just to see, just to test the waters, see if they knew what was up, see if I could get the things. Why don't you like pushing the buttons? No Mofex or Mezco yet. King Conan on pre-order. Very awesome, ironic bionic. I can't wait to see what's going on with that figure. Oh man. And I have the screen large, so I couldn't minimize quick enough to mute it. But yeah, that's going to be good stuff. I do want to see what people do with that figure. And yeah, I'm waffling because we talked last time about pop culture figures that everyone who's really into pop culture and all that kind of should have. And we pretty much settled on Conan from Mezco. But if the Frazetta girls are doing a Conan, it feels more appropriate, I guess, to me to get just a regular Conan from them. But that King Conan looks so good. Oh, my brain, it hurts. That's one of the problems, man. There's so many great figures out there, so many great vehicles, and not so many of the monies. So trying to figure out what you're going to spend money on is where the trick comes in. Let's see, that new Red Sonja. Yeah, man. That new Red Sonja, the one from Boss Fight, I assume you're talking about. She looks really good. The one thing about her that I'm not sure about is there's nothing going on at the waist, although, as far as articulation I'm talking about, although I will always argue that nothing at the waist is better than a waist cut. And when you actually kind of turn your body, this is me demonstrating turning your body at the waist. Woo! When you actually do that, yeah, there's some movement and there's not a lot of side like rotate like this. Yeah, you guys like how I turned myself into an action figure and then just show all that stuff off. But yeah, so that's the only thing about that figure. I love that she looks so angry. I love all the stuff she comes with. So I don't know, I want to try a Boss Fight Studios figure or a Boss Fight Studio. I keep wanting to put that S there. And she might be the one that I start with just because she looks really good. And I like loose collectors, but it's more money. And that one has the same problem at the waist. So it makes sense to me that the Boss Fight's the way to go. Pushing buttons, pushing buttons. See, Boss Fight Red Sonja, yes please. Yep, I think I'd say that's what he's talking about. Because I think the loose collector one is out and about right now. Like you could probably order that one on BBTS. But yeah, I'm curious about what else Boss Fight's going to do. I know that you guys were talking about, or somebody was talking about the Mezco Popeye, how popular they are. And I saw them and they look great. But to me, Popeye is more the Boss Fight style. So I've also always considered for a bit, is Popeye pop culture enough to get? And if so, you definitely need Bluto, you need Olive Oil, you need Wimpy. Oh, good Lord, so much of the monies. And yet I need all the other things too. So this is where I want to build out a small pop culture collection as well, but I still want to stay focused. I said before it was 6 lines for next year. I think that graduated to 7 because I actually really like the Mattel Origins cartoon He-Man, especially for $18. So I might end up getting some of those. Although Mafex seems easier for me when it comes to budgeting. Like you're going to spend 80 to 90 bucks with shipping and all that stuff for a Mafex figure, so you can plan for that. But you see enough $18 to $25 figures just in the aisle, and you just keep picking them up because they're only 18 to 25 bucks, and suddenly you've bought like $500 in those, and you're going, where did all my Mafex money go? So yeah, I gotta be careful with those cheaper lines because they might make it so it's tougher to get the lines that I really dig, and there's sadness there. Nobody wants the sadness. Anyone into the, what's that, 90s Cyberfrog comic? Missed the Kickstarter, but found the figs on eBay a month or so ago. The giant wasp fig. Whoa. Okay, I didn't get into Cyberfrog, but what I will do, I will push the buttons, and I'm going to go see if I can find that. You said wasp from the Cyberfrog Kickstarter. Okay. All right, we'll go back to Dark Wolf, and I will type Cyberfrog. Show me images. I said, show me images. The Google. Oh my goodness, is that it? It says 112 scale, I'm assuming. Holy jeez, is this what you're talking about? Because yeah, that's pretty awesome. There's honeycomb going on there. Oh man. Guys, my wallet can't handle these live streams. That looks incredible. Let's see, Cyberfrog looks pretty cool. It does, it does. I knew that when it was going on. That's it, huh? All right, all right. I knew when the Kickstarter was going on, but there's so much going that it just wasn't really on my radar. But this thing's awesome. What's going on there? Is it really like it looks like it would really articulate well too? Like it looks like the tail there is segmented. Looks like the legs. Oh wow. Is it so or what? Okay, so I don't know things about Cyberfrog. Are there a bunch of wasps that are like the enemies of the heroes? Or is there one and it's on the side of the heroes? I don't know anything, but I know that that looks really cool. So let me know the things. Let us know the things in case there's others that know nothing, like me. All right. I backed the comics, but I have yet to get the figures. Watch some reviews, and the articulation are to what I'd want to pay for. They look good, though. Are to what I want to pay for. Are you saying aren't what you'd like to pay for? Because just curious. That's pretty rad. Okay, I got to get out of. There we go. Then I get way too close to the screen. Here, let me do this or this. How about that, guys? Yeah, that's disturbing. Nobody wants that. Right. They have it at BBTS as well, I believe. Yeah, that's where I was when we were just looking at that picture and it said in stock. So yeah, they've at least got the wasp there. Who knows about the other things? But that thing just looked cool. That's why these live streams are expensive. Okay, the wasps are the bad guys, so there's a bunch of wasps. Is it kind of like a Cobra Trooper or like a Horde Trooper for Action Force? I'm assuming that's something like what it is. But my ignorance is once again showing. Yeah, not okay, gotcha. Ooh. Yeah, man, this stuff. This is the problem. There's so much good stuff. It's insane how much good stuff is out there. How do you guys do that? How do you handle focusing? Like, say, do you actually budget? I mean, I know responsible people budget. Me, not like that, but it's not that I'm not responsible in that way. It's that when you work for yourself, you don't necessarily know how much money's coming in, so it's kind of impossible to budget. So trying to figure that out, at least at this stage, once I start doing a little better, then I'll at least have a baseline where I know how much money's coming in. But what do you guys do when you go, like, say you decide, okay, I'm going to spend 200 or 300 bucks this month on figures, and then there's this crazy drop you didn't see coming. Do you just decide right there, you know what? Forget the 200 or 300 bucks or whatever. Now I'm going to spend 500 bucks this month and then keep to the 300 or whatever. Like, I'm just curious, because once I get in that position, I'll need lessons on what exactly I'm doing, because clearly I don't know things. I don't know things. See, it's kind of being done for us with the back and front log arrivals. They've made me focus more. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I've had to focus a lot more, and that's kind of funny because I'll see all these things coming out, like the wasp we just checked out, and I'm like, all this stuff. There's so much cool, that I almost have to narrow down my choices or things can get out of control. And that would be bad. That would be oh so bad. That's why I need to start setting up booths on the weekends and put up a tip jar and show people how to take pictures. So, when something cool like that wasp shows up, I can go for it. Like, I really wanted that Usagi Yojimbo 4-pack from NECA, but just the responsibility, there was no way I could get that responsibly with Christmas coming up and all that other stuff going on and bills and all that. So I'm like, oh, I really want it, but no, I can't do it. So that's where I'm stuck. So if I had been having tables set up at cons, maybe in like a couple months, I would have been able to save up and get tricky for that Usagi set and just be ready for it to drop. But yeah, I'm just curious how you guys do the whole focus thing. See, I budget. I also play clearance chicken with Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends was made for clearance chicken, at least these last couple of years. I really want them to step it up. I need them to step it up in the articulation. Like, the waist cut has to go. And I don't want to just pick on Marvel Legends there. The waist cut has to go from Marvel Legends. The waist cut has to go from Masterverse. I feel like it's okay in Origins just because, again, $18 figures. But the waist cut definitely has to go in NECA stuff. Basically, if the waist cut exists, it just has to go. And if we're talking like the wrestling figures, I keep hearing that those have waist cuts as well. And I just keep thinking, why? Get rid of those waist cuts. I can't imagine. You know what? I was going to say I can't imagine those licenses are too pricey, but they could be. I could be just talking out of things that I shouldn't be talking out of. Definitely not things that I drink with. So much. But yeah, clearance chicken, especially with Legends, seems to be the way to go. And you can get them cheaper than I got that cartoon He-Man when you do that. So maybe at that point, waist cuts are okay. Harry, let's see. I rely on Facebook groups, YouTube channels, and friends. I've had this thing where I haven't wanted to join Facebook groups only because there's so many that all I hear about is how rough it is. Like, people are kind of jerks, I guess. And I just don't want to do that. I could see, like, earlier in my channel, there were some videos that I'd be like, oh my gosh, this company did this or this company did that. Mostly it was Hasbro. And I do like a rant video and all that. And after a while, I'm kind of going, this is no fun. I don't want to be this guy. So I stopped doing those kinds of videos just because, I just didn't like it. But you would hear things from people with reactions, with stuff like that, just saying how Facebook groups were garbage and trashy and negative. And I felt like I was going that way and I didn't want to do that. So if you have any Facebook groups you recommend, let me know, because I might give that a shot. YouTube channels, I like the YouTube channels when people are like, dude, I found this at Ross, go get it. And it would be way better if I had a Ross that I could use, of course. But, see, let's see, hit Ross in close towns as well, weather and traffic permitting. Outlets are the friend, clearance too, good stuff popping up, facts, helps with the backlog. Yeah, and I'm wondering, I've always thought that I didn't have a Walmart. Like, I'm near a town that did have a Walmart that actually closed. But it sounds like there is a Walmart maybe only 10 or 20 minutes away from me. And I know that's not necessarily where a lot of clearance has been going on, but it could be helpful for exclusives. So I've been considering making that part of my hunts. And somebody way back when had suggested that I do hunt videos. I couldn't do that. Like, you guys would get bored seeing only the same stuff that everyone else sees, because there's never a find. Like I said, I would be most interested probably in the NECA section, and there's no NECA section by me to speak of. And then when it comes to G.I. Joes, we get so little because of where we are in the country, from what I understand, that if something shows up, the only thing that gets left are peg warmers. So after like a week or two, you've got rows of peg warmers and none of the good stuff. Maybe the cartoon He-Man figures will get me to a point where I think, okay, maybe I can do a hunt for this. But overall, I think I'll stick to the toy photography stuff and the photographic reviews. But yeah. Let's see. What do we have? Let's go right. Our groups and friends are lifesavers. Major facts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Send me to some groups, people. Send me to some groups because all I've heard is they're no good, they're no fun, they're super negative. See, clearance, you're trying to find overtime at my job. Yep. Overtime would be good. I need to get more clients or something. Maybe that's it. That could be my overtime, is just loading up on the people. Let's see. Ross Nollies is good for fodder. 5K toys is killing me. Yep. 5K toys will do that. Everything I see on their page, I'm just like, well, this looks awesome, and I probably shouldn't do that. But like the dinosaurs I keep seeing there, oh, no good. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying about the groups, and I made a couple of videos like that, and after a bit, I'm just going, no fun. I don't want to be a part of it, so I don't want to be part of groups that are drama. So yeah, hopefully people have some for me that aren't so bad. They've got some where they're going to say, yeah, man, try this one, try that one. See, I met peeps on chat streams outside of groups. It pays to watch and support shows. You meet cool peeps. I have certainly met cool peeps when it comes to all of you. So maybe if I'm looking for something, I can be like, hey, have you guys seen this somewhere? But right now, like I said, with Christmas, and I put stuff on the list, I don't know what I'm getting. So I'm going to be like, okay, time out, at least until after Monday. See, some of those friends met here are in those groups. The network is real and it is awesome. Okay. All right. Just give me the group name and I'll see what I can do. I even have my phone. My phone's over there. I might go grab my phone. It's pretty close. That way I could just type it in. Let's see. Oh yeah, you definitely go through a few bad ones, but it's worth the work. Okay. All right. Dang it. Now I gotta work. Where's the fun in that? Why do you think I do these live streams? I don't have to work at these things. See, I like the off the beaten path places, flea market finds, but the big box store hunts are getting boring. Yeah, maybe that's something I could kind of do if I got to figure out where that stuff is. I've lived where I'm at since 2007, and I don't know like stuff like that. I mean, I know the area pretty well. I can tell people how to get around town and all that. But yeah, things like flea markets, farmers markets, like off the beaten path places, those are the things I don't know. So maybe it would be worth it to figure that stuff out. Flea market type stuff, garage sales. If you guys follow Gary Vaynerchuk at all, he's a big social media guy, kind of talks about how to work social media for your business and all that stuff. He does garage sale videos, and he also has this massive social media company in New York. So what he's trying to say to people is, look, you don't need to work all the time and work for the man. You can start your own thing and eventually build it up big enough so that you can do your own thing. And so his thing is he'll go to garage sales, just buy a bunch of stuff and flip it and show you how he's doing it and all that, as well as running this multi-million-dollar, it's still a multi-million-dollar company. So yeah, his stuff's cool, and he does garage sales. That might be something to think about too. Just wondering what I could find. And I wouldn't want to do it just to flip stuff, and most of the stuff I'm into is newer stuff. So who knows? Keep looking and asking peeps. It pays off. You'll get good finds that way. Awesome. So have you guys gotten just tons of good finds out of these groups? These are the things that I need to know. See, let your friends stay in the groups. Not my thing either. That is a group without my way, huh? That is a group without being a group. Talk to and support people. Help them out. It always comes back to you. Fun stuff. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, that's kind of what Toypixx is based on, is just helping you guys as much as I can and just seeing what happens. But yeah, that's kind of the same deal. Maybe it does pay off a bit. All right. Have you tried, let's see, to sell a few prints of your picks? You know what? I haven't. And I know that there are artist alleys at cons and all that stuff. I can see a time when artist alleys are where the people there are going to start getting sued a lot for IP theft and all that stuff. That's why I don't charge for things. And like the Patreon, that's part of why I don't charge for things. And so the Patreon is just, if you go on there and throw a couple bucks for a monthly thing, you're getting all this stuff. You're not paying for that stuff directly necessarily, but you can download it. It's why I'm gonna start emailing comic and toy shops and saying, guys, I have free images here on my Patreon. Go get them. Help yourselves out with marketing and all that stuff. But yeah, I can just see. I see a future where I try and build Toypixx to a pretty visible presence, and you don't want to be that visible and trying to sell someone else's IP, because that's when they decide to come after you. Disney actually went after one of the hospitals around here, their children's ward or whatever, like where the kids are, because they had just some characters that somebody had come in and painted on the wall for them. Disney didn't like that very much. And so if Disney's doing that for their IP, they're going to start coming at people once in a while, maybe sometime soon, for Marvel, for Star Wars, for all that stuff, if they try and sell it. So again, I know plenty of people plenty of people sell their stuff. I'm just kind of planning for the future. I want to build this without having to do that, just so I'm not going to be in any kind of legal trouble, really. I don't like legal trouble. It doesn't make me happy. It's not much fun. See, Dave needs to reach out to Medicom, take the promo. Man, I would love if Medicom got a hold of me and said, hey, you want to take my pictures? You want to do this? I would be stoked. And they do so much fun stuff too. It's not just all the cool figures they have. Like my mom's really into Snoopy, and I was looking online and I find a ton of Snoopy stuff. And they've just got, like, even those bear bricks are kind of cool. Like not something I want to load up on, but there are some with just the way they do them with the funky colors. I love what Medicom's doing, and as far as I know, they're a privately held company, which is why they get to keep doing totally awesome stuff. So yeah, if they got a hold of me, if Jada got a hold of me, yeah, Jada and Medicom, maybe 3-0, but 3-0 seems to have a pretty sweet photographer on staff. But yeah, if anybody else got a hold of me, I would love to shoot some shots for some toy companies. I'd be all about it. See, I'm not in any formal group. I just talk to cool peeps that are happily in them. It's an informal group itself. I like it. Stay happy, stay having fun. Okay, all right. See, I can get down with that. I'm good with that. Like I say, I mean, you guys might end up being my group. I might say, okay, guys, I'm looking for this. Have you found any? Have you had any luck? Where have you found them? Whatever, you know. I've gotten stuff for folks, and they've gotten stuff for me. Yep. Yeah, I try to be on the lookout for other people too. But like I say, my area, it's just a dead zone. See, I like to go to collectible and import toy stores. That's how I found 30-Minute Sisters and model kit figures. Man, 30-Minute Sisters. So here's a problem. I got my niece, I think it was the first one that came out, the Rashetta, and she really liked it. And so I got a bunch of extra parts and all that stuff. And since then, like, I saw her a couple weekends ago, or yeah, it was 2 weekends ago. And I have no idea what she wants for Christmas, except what my sister's already sent me for her list and all that stuff. And she pulls me aside and she says, Uncle Photo Dave. All right, she doesn't actually call me that, but she did say, I want another Rashetta, but the red one. And then I'm going, crap, I don't know which one the red one is. So I get on Amazon and I find the one with like a fox tail kind of thing. But 30-Minute Sisters are awesome. And I did order it. I got to find it now that I'm talking about it. Let's see. Share the screen. I should narrate that. That would be awesome. We're just going to narrate as I'm sharing the screen. You guys are going to be thrilled to see that, to hear that, to understand that, to be like, wow, he's sharing screens and narrating. All right. 30-Minute Sisters. So you guys can tell me if you know anything about these things. 30-Minute Sisters, I probably can't type the red one. Let's try Amazon, and that should get me where we need to go. Images, push the button. Oh my goodness, hurry up. Of course, the one that I got her, I'm not seeing yet. Ah, there it is. There it is. All right, here we go. That's the one. And here's the thing, though. She doesn't tend to put them together unless I'm around. But yeah, these things are pretty cool. They're model kits, and seriously, my niece can do them, and she gets ticked off when other people try to help her. It's just she won't do them unless I'm around. So yeah, and my niece is 8. So if anybody ever wonders if they can use these things, I think you could do it. And she was super stoked, and I'm stoked. Like I want to get my own Rashetta at least, so I can see what all she can do, and maybe start loading up on some of this stuff. These are just they're really cool. Let's see. Whew. What do we have? Skill radar. The connections for me, not the groups. People are key. Yep, yep. I totally agree with that. It's kind of the difference between a a brand mindset and a marketing mindset. Marketing mindset is the quick cash, all that. Brand mindset is more now, just keep giving, keep doing good things, and it should come back. I hear selling in groups is better than eBay. I think eBay charges 16% now. Yeah, eBay's insane when it comes to their fees. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like, one of the perks of the Patreon page is I tell people as soon as I'm getting ready to sell stuff, I'll let you guys know first. And so that's what I do because I want other people to have a chance at getting this stuff so I don't have to deal with eBay fees. I could even probably sell most of it cost and do better than I would on eBay if people bid it up some because of their fees. They're nuts. Yep, yep. To benefit. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop this. So everybody's seen the 30-minute sisters. Those are things that I think you should check out. Whether you have a niece or a daughter or anything else, I think, or you dig them yourself. I think they're really cool. Like I said, I want to get a Rashetta. See, flipping stuff is a pain in the, we used to sell stuff on eBay and they don't support sellers at all. We sold a lot of one-off stuff and scammers. Shipping and eBay itself killed it. You know what? The last time I tried selling a lot of stuff on eBay, it seems like maybe 10% of what I was trying to sell. And I think there were like 50 listings or something. People just backed out. You never heard from them. And you're right. It's totally a buyer's game when it comes to eBay. eBay, like you can't even really leave a negative review. Like you almost have to jump hoops to do that because the transaction was never completed. Like if the transaction gets completed, then you can say, yeah, this person took forever to do blah, blah, blah. But if they bid it and then just decide to go incognito and you can't get it to them, well, at that point, you can't even be negative about it. So you're right. That's one of the reasons I don't like dealing with eBay unless I absolutely have to. Oop, oop. We have mute and I have a. There we go. See that? Professional, I believe, is what they call that. See, Disney is losing the rights to, let's see, Pie-Eyed Mickey Mouse to Pie-Eyed Mickey Mouse in 2024. Are they really? Is Pie-Eyed Mickey Mouse, is that the first black and white one? Like not Steamboat Willie, right? I want to know. I know Disney's lawyers were the ones that were constantly pushing to make it so that all that stuff kept extending so that they could keep working on those IPs for forever. But yeah, maybe that's a deal. Find one of those figures. See, keep taking pics. They're looking fire. Really enjoy it. Thank you, Skew Raider. I appreciate it, man. It's fun. I love taking the photos, to be perfectly honest. I wish I could do that all the time. Like, except for this kind of thing. I like doing the YouTube vids too. I just need better equipment. But I'm starting to get better with the editing, I've noticed. So I'm kind of geeked about that. Maybe send them your portfolio instead of them coming to you. This is fair. This is fair. I know Shooting the Galaxy has talked about how he got his job with Hasbro, and it was basically just sending in his resume like any other gig. So maybe that's something to do. I just need to figure out how to get a hold of, I suppose, their English speaking division, because I would hate for Google Translate to do Japanese from whatever I say. Because even if I'm trying to be ultra polite, which is hard for me, then Google Translate would somehow make me out to be this evil gaijin dog. I learned that in Wolverine comics. Let's see, great. Yep. I do agree. I do agree. Maybe that's something I should do. Maybe I should just say, you know what, Metacom, I love your stuff. Your stuff is always knocking it out of the park. It's not a risk to buy it for me anyway. The 30-minute sister can be connected to the 30-minute mission. I heard that. Like I was actually looking at some of the 30 minutes missions robots and all that to be like, okay, what can I do? Because I thought there was one that was purple and white that I was thinking of getting for my niece so that we could just pop off the arm and plug that into her Rashetta. She got another one, and then I bought her a bunch of sets too, so she basically has 2 or 3 figures, basically because I bought her so many sets she could put a new figure together. And now she's gonna get this one too. But yeah, I love the 30-minute sisters figures. I think they're really good. You have to handle them a little carefully just because they're model instead of figures. But if you are careful, they move like action figures. They're slightly limited at the articulation at the waist. Like they have the ball joint waist, which is great, but it doesn't move big time. And so I wonder if that's one of the things for a lot of female characters. On the other hand, Mafex does just fine with it. So who really knows? Yeah, those 30-minute models are pretty cool. If I had the time to do one, for sure. It took me to build my new Matrix model. Granted, it's not 30-minute sisters. It took me a year to finally, dude, okay, listen. All right, after the first one, because the first one was a pain in the butt, that first Rashetta, because I'm not a model builder either. I buy figures, you know. But after that first one, the next one, we just flew through. So if you get, here's what you do. You get 2 of them. And you learn on the first because they are a pain in the butt. But they're basically all the same construction. So if you do that first one, maybe it takes an hour, hour and a half. After that, 30 minutes is actually pretty realistic. Like you can make it happen. So these would take much less than a year and a half or whatever. So yeah, I think that's something you would like to do, especially if you think they look good, gamble on them. Like the one that I got her with that huge tail, most of them don't come with that huge tail. So that one might be more like a 35-minute sister, but I'm not sure. But yeah, their construction is all basically the same. So you nail one, you've got them all set. Let's see. Thanks for the 30-minute sisters. Reminds me of the milk tea honey figure I saw on BBTS. Milk tea. Yep. LBZ and I have actually sat there and talked about that one a little bit, going back and forth on Twitter, I believe. And I keep looking at it because I think it's just a hilarious looking figure. It looks like just somebody in a bikini with a big green water gun. And it's all anime like, which is kind of funny. My niece calls all the anime looking figures, she calls them all Rashettas because that was the first one she got, which I think is kind of funny. I'll have to show her an anime one day when I actually learn about some animes. But yeah, that milk tea girl, it is something that I would love to add to the collection just because it's ridiculous. Like I look at it and you're right, it is total not for kids or anything like that. But the stuff it comes with and the fact that they totally lean into the fact that it's not for kids cracks me up enough where I would like to grab it. So we'll see. But as I told LBZ, that would be one of those figures that if my sister and niece came up here, my sister saw that, she might be like, what is wrong with you? You need to go find a girlfriend. This is what would happen. And I'd be like, yeah, but it's hilarious. Also, you're right. I do need to go find a girlfriend. It would be one of those kinds of conversations. Let's see. What do we have here? Yep, Steamboat Willie. Okay, that's what I wondered. That would be, I wonder who do you guys think would make Disney figures that were unlicensed? That'd be sweet. Okay, awesome. I'm wondering it would have to be all the companies like Hasbro couldn't, if they're kind of being tricky about how they're actually pricing things and talking about how it's always the license holders that make it so they can't make cool stuff. And Super 7 couldn't because of the same reason. So who would? Or maybe one of those would jump on it and try and figure out things. I don't know. Yeah, they've already extended it since 1976. That's what I knew that they were always working on trying to do that. And my thought about that is it really hinders creativity too, because if they keep extending the copyright and everything, they don't have to come up with new stuff, so they can keep using nostalgia bait, and therefore we never get new stuff. But who knows? I don't know. I'm just playing and trying to figure things out, just like everybody else. Link up with a native Japanese speaker. Would love to see you take pics for them. I would too, dog. I appreciate that. Yeah. And I'm in an area with a lot of people that probably do speak Japanese. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That might be, you know what, guys? I think I appreciate everybody suggesting this. This might be something that I give a shot to early this coming year. Gotta jump. Cool red, cool live. Thank you, Ironic Bionic. Have a good one, man, and enjoy Christmas. Let's see. Oh, man. LBC, that's why you can go and get her a soft goods code. Yeah, I know. But even then, like the marketing product or the marketing photos they took for her, they're still somewhat suggestive. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I do want to get her. I think she's hilarious. Like I say, it's ridiculous fun. Let's see. Yep. She is very cool. Later. Man. Yeah. Guys, that's awesome. I think I might give that a shot. Holy geez, it's been about an hour and a half, and I'm good with that. I could keep going, but things seem to have slowed down. So here's the deal. I'm going to get out of here, and I'm considering a Christmas live stream just because it's Monday, but I don't know. So we'll see. You guys will know in advance. I'll make sure I'm posted on the socials and all that stuff if I do it. But if I don't do it, have a great Christmas, everybody. Yeah, when you look at those Japanese figures on Japanese websites, they go to some weird stuff. This is very true. Some of that stuff. Have you guys ever just looked at the anime section on BBTS and you're just going through and you're looking at the statues and you're going, how did they get away with that? Because there is no way we could have figures like that over here. People would freak out. There'd be a lot of groups that would go nuts on us. Happy holidays. Catch you later, Skew Raider. Thanks again for stopping by, man. All right, guys, that's it. Like I say, I might try a Christmas one, but we'll see. You'll all know ahead of time. If I don't, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, enjoy your time, enjoy the new year, enjoy it all. Don't worry, I will be back next Thursday if I'm not back Monday, so we'll figure out something else to talk about. I'm thinking let's chat your figures of the year. So until next time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya. Now I'm going to hit live or end stream, see if it works.